Breaking news! We're standing in front of the White House waiting to talk to the pumpkin president. We're waiting for him to arrive to give us some answers on what happened today.
Ik ben bezig deze fietsen uit de dam te halen en je houdt me op. Wegwezen met je camera.
What am I being arrested for? I'm a journalist. Do you hear me? I got immunity. Are you guys crazy? Let me go right now.
We're reporting live from Jay in the morning. Hey, Henry, you should get out of that water before you be eaten by those sharks.
Are you crazy? Get up here on this car now.
That round, oversized pumpkin sent you here. Why don't he roll his ass over here and walk with the rest of us? Is it too much for him always? Is he too old? Poor thing, nobody cares.
Oh my God, why is the seat so damn greasy? Oh, you're not thinking what I'm thinking, right? It couldn't be. It couldn't be. Did the pumpkin. I'm out of here.
Oh my God, it's raining teddy bears. I mean, it's raining rain, so you should make sure you guys have your umbrella. I mean, you tripped over a puddle.
Mom, you were supposed to be warning me about the storm, and now I have to shovel myself out. What were you doing that you couldn't be the weather girl for 5 minutes and give me a warning?
Welcome to the show.
Not really.
I just want to say, Millennia, the movie was garbage and it totally flopped over here.
Het is niet veilig om zo snel dicht bij voetgangers te rijden. Je kunt ze bezeren en je kunt een bekeuring of een boete krijgen.
The pumpkin president's approval is falling, but more importantly...
Wait, explosions are happening behind us.
News 5, we were reporting explosions behind us. Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Jay and you're watching the morning news with Jay, and that's me. So welcome to you all, and I hope you all are ready for the world news of this week.
The morning news with Jay.
A federal judge dismissed President Pumpkin's $10 billion defamation lawsuit against the publisher of the Wall Street Journal for a story of his ties to sex offender Jay Epstein.
Guilty is guilty, no matter who you are or what you are. If you're guilty, you're guilty. Nobody is above the law.
That article from last summer centered around the famous letter written for Epstein's 50th birthday that appears to bear the pumpkin's signature. The pumpkin denies writing it. The ruling marks the latest setback to the pumpkin in his efforts to manage fallout from the Epstein files.
I never wrote a birthday letter to my friend Epstein.
The pumpkin says it will allow the Stonewall National Monument in New York to fly a rainbow pride flag once again. That reverses an administration directive to remove it back in February, which drew fierce backlash.
Boo! Get out of here! Give it back!
It also settles a high-profile lawsuit from LGBTQ+ groups and historic preservationists.
Happy Pride! The flag is finally back where it belongs.
This site is the first ever national monument commemorating LGBTQ+ history, pending a judge's approval.
This is the first monument in history of its kind.
The pride flag will return to a federal flagpole raised between an American flag and the Park Service flag. A new study found that deadly anti-Semitic attacks around the world last year were the highest seen in more than 3 decades.
As you can see, the data points in Western Europe have increased significantly over the last 2 quarters.
Yes, and the cluster here in North America shows a disturbing trend.
20 people were killed across 3 continents. 15 of those people were killed in the mass shooting at a Hanukkah celebration in Sydney, Australia's Bondi Beach.
Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the whore.
Other deadly attacks were recorded in the US and the UK. The annual report is from Tel Aviv University.
The data from the last quarter show a significant spike here in Western Europe.
Yes, and the correlating social media data confirm.
Swimmers from both Russia and Belarus will be allowed to compete on the world stage again without restrictions and with their respective flags and national anthems.
Russia, our sacred power.
Россия священная наша держава, Россия любимая наша страна.
Russia, our beloved country.
That marks a major shift in a key sport ahead of the 2028 LA Olympics world.
I think by 2028, Russia and Belarus should absolutely be allowed to carry their flags again.
But they haven't met the conditions. Granting them anthems now sets a terrible...
Aquatics, the sport's governing body, had required Russians and Belarusians to compete as neutral athletes since 2023 after Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
Aquatics has reviewed the sanctions. We are cancelling the restriction on Russia and Belarus.
In a statement, World Aquatics said it would ensure that pools and open water remain places where athletes from all nations can come together in peaceful competition.
World Aquatics welcomes you to the 2028 Games. Look at the incredible performance in the open water event.
More backlash for the pumpkin after he posted a picture of him healing people as if he was Jesus. Well, in his words, he said, "That's me as a doctor." This came all after he had a word attack with Pope Leo about his point of view was between the war from Iran, Israel, and the US.
This indulgence system is absolutely unacceptable, Leo. You are misleading the flock with these gilded lies. Silence!
Let's go to Semi. If I'm not mistaken, she's sitting down with a nun to get more info about this whole subject. So let's go to Semi.
The Sit Down with Semi on the Morning News with Jay.
I'm here with Sister Greenale as we're talking about a controversy moment that happened in the White House over the weekend.
Yeah.
We chatted up with Simi at Jay in the morning. Good morning, Jay. Like I said, I'm sitting here with Sister Greenale and we're about to discuss a controversial moment.
Yeah.
And thank you for sitting down with me, sister, as both of us are very taken back and concerned about the pumpkin's mindset and this controversy situation.
You can't tell me the pumpkin didn't have the church bells ringing this week and the congregation gossiping about this unfound-tailed behavior.
I believe it was the day after Easter that we got all these posts on social media.
I was surprised. You were surprised.
Church was surprised.
The world was surprised.
I would love to know your opinion in this matter since you're Catholic and you live in the church and the church is your world.
Right.
Religion is dear to you. But you and your congregation would be more offended by this post all over the internet. There was some depictions of the pumpkin pretty much playing Jesus and posting it all over the internet in a disrespectful way. What do you feel about that?
Well, it's one thing to not believe in Jesus or go to church or consider yourself as a Christian or a Catholic, but it's another thing to mark a religion. Look, it is extremely disrespectful, but we're not very surprised, are we? His character and the way he carries himself is very disrespectful and it's very strange at his age.
Yeah.
He thinks this is a joke or it's funny. It's not funny and it's not a joke. It's people's life. It's what people believe in it. Their hope is their faith.
They already don't respect him for who and what he is. They don't take him serious for that. So then you turn around and you post these religion jokes or whatever he was doing, mocking religion. If he's comfortable going to hell, that's his business. But teaching that, broadcasting it to the world, making people believe that his crooked way is the way of life, no, it's just silly.
Yeah.
He speaks of the Pope saying that the Pope needs to pick a side in war. The Pope doesn't deal with war. He deals with love, God, faith, religion, loving humans, and humanity. He's older than the Pope. He's older than most people, but he acts like a child 90% of the time, and it's embarrassing to watch. You don't have to believe in Christ. You don't have to believe in our Lord, but to act this way, it's an abomination. It's embarrassing for the country to... So you have your staff do it. You have your team working on these things. The team should be ashamed of themselves, knowing their parents that believe in this, fathers, sisters, and brothers that believe.
The pumpkin says he needs to be more involved in politics, but you and I both know the Pope doesn't deal with politics. That is not his field. And the pumpkin feels, I'm assuming he's not on his side enough and feels like he should choose a side in this war, but you and I both know as well he's not going to do that, and why should he? It's ridiculous. I think at this point it's like, what are we, at a schoolyard playing with schoolmates? We're all adults. He needs to start acting like an adult. This is child behavior. The biggest question I want to ask you, sister, if the pumpkin feels that if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't have been chosen at the Pope. What is your thoughts on that statement?
That is funny. That's the funniest thing I've heard all day, and we don't really crack too many jokes, but that's very, very hilarious.
What would that have to do at all with him?
That world itself has nothing to do with him. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Our two worlds do not collide ever.
What decision would he had in choosing the Pope? I would love to know.
That's almost as silly as the 8 wars we heard he stopped and finished, and we're still waiting for him to tell us how that was possible and what war he was actually talking about.
It's funny because the man makes ridiculous statements that are unfounded. There is no box where we put a bunch of names in it that the outside world could just say, yep, I'm voting for the Pope. I think the man has lost his mind, and it's very disappointing and very embarrassing at this point to see that people are letting him carry himself in such a manner.
My next question, sister, is have you seen the pictures yourself? Because I've seen them online and they are very questionable. I mean, I don't know why a person would thought that was entertaining or funny.
I want to know your thoughts on the picture and how do you feel about it being that you are so close to faith every day, all day, to see someone who isn't close to faith creating a photo like that?
This is extremely disrespectful. I don't like this at all. It makes me very uncomfortable.
He's already a very sick man. Okay, his health is declining. What does he think is going to happen behaving like this if it's not going to be a very good outcome?
I would say the church would pray for him, but I want to make sure that our church should stay intact.
Praying for him?
It's not a good thing for us or our church or our religions.
I think it is very unfair to take your beliefs and pull religion into it. It's disrespectful in our line. Stay in your jurisdiction. I have nothing more to say about this man. I just think what he did was wrong, what he represented wrong, who he is wrong, and he'll meet his maker one day and it won't be good for him. Amen?
I'm pretty sure next week I'll be sitting down with something completely different that he did. I don't know when this is going to end, but it's getting ridiculous at this point. No one is taking accountability for his behavior, his actions, how he's carrying himself coming straight from the White House. It's ridiculous and disrespectful for America. Well, thank you, sister, for sitting down with me today. And we had a very interesting conversation about the pumpkin once again making a spectacle for the week. But you're right, sister. If you mess with the Lord, you'll find out the hard way, and that will be his journey. But thank you for sitting down with me, sister. My segment closes here. I wish you and your congregation the best, and tell the Pope that I said hello. This is me chatting it up with Simi. Morning News with Jay. Thank you, Jay. But my segment is here. Back to you.
Thank you, Semi, and keep us up to date. If you hear anything new about this subject, we will love to hear about it. A new class of music legends is heading to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They include big-name acts from the world of rock, of course, but also R&B and hip-hop.
A new class of music of legends coming soon, including big-name artists on world of rock, but also R&B and hip-hop.
It is the second such honour for Phil Collins, who enters this time as a solo artist. In 2010, he was inducted as part of the Britain band Genesis.
Wow, what can I say? It's absolutely brilliant to be inducted tonight. Thanks to everyone who supported us over the years.
He will be joined by fellow British artists Sade, New Order and Oasis, plus Luther Vandross and the Wu-Tang Clan, among others. More than 1,200 artists, historians and music industry experts voted on the selections. The 18 honorees will be officially inducted at a ceremony in November. Now we are going out for a quick commercial break. We will be right back, so do not go anywhere.
You girls have a problem getting rid of your creepy neighbor because he does nothing staring in your window 24 hours a day? Get the Neomitv in the stores. Now you'll cure the problem.
Are you single? Are you looking to mingle? Because you're mad, pretty mom.
I'm married, actually, in a very long marriage, so I'm good there. So when are you going to tell her that you have a side piece?
I'm not going to tell her because I want both of them. I don't want to have to choose.
What do you mean? You better choose right now or I'm not going home with you. The drama starts now, y'all. This is the Naomi Talk Show. Are y'all looking for some drama to unfold? Come and join me if you dare. The talk show theme might be going, but it doesn't mean I'm packing up my boxes. I'm here to stay. So make sure you guys join me every Monday for an all-new The Naomi Talk Show, because where are you going to go on Monday? Oh, you've been ghosted, girl. We got you. All you need to do is call 1-800-NAOMI. I'm a smack-a-die-ho will be sure to kick his door down and unghost him, because we ain't looking for no Casper.
Do you think you can hit the buzzer in time and answer my question? Because this show is out of your freaking mind. Do you think you're up for the challenge? Well, if you think you can, come and meet us every Friday on the Naomi Network on YouTube right here and see if your favorite contestant can win this game. Go for all the prizes. Straight to the finish line to our bonus round. Are they bonkers enough? Are they crazy enough? All right, contestants, let's see your final answer. Is it 11?
No, it's elephant. E-L-E-P-H.
Wait, I buzzed first. Oh no, run! He's falling! Watch out! I made it! We'll be right back! Clock is ticking! Whoa!
I know this. It's elegant.
No, it's not elegant. Wait. Game gets crazy, and it's only here on our channel on YouTube, so be there Fridays if you're out of your freaking mind to deal with me.
You think your boyfriend's on the DL and you just need a switcheroo? Well, I'm your girl. Download my app now. Naomi Switch-A-Man. The app is available on all phones now.
Are you feeling late night? You're not tired? You ain't ready to go to bed? Well, my show is the place for you. Take a seat. And we have the hottest celebrity news. And speaking of hot, these nails, they're brighter than most celebrities' careers. Do you think all of my looks are great and you ain't seen nothing yet? You come here just to see the looks and what I'm wearing, honey. I'ma deliver the whole magazine. The biggest news this week, apparently J-Lo's dating history is longer than my manicure. Seriously, how does she keep up? Apparently Celebrity X and Celebrity Y broke up over NFTs. I know, tragic. Who knew digital monkeys could ruin a relationship? Drama this week is intense. I asked for the hottest looks in fashion news, and now I'm literally wearing the headlines. Watch my show Late Nights with me, Naomi, on Saturdays.
Action!
Welcome back to Primetime, but I know you missed me. Cut.
Hey, you're watching Naomi TV. I'm Naomi, obviously. And yes, maybe this network has AI in it, but don't ever insult me and think it relies heavily on that, because you would be mistaken. Don't check me, check yourself. The only channel bringing you animation straight out of the box with absolutely no restrictions. Get ready for anything and everything. Subscribe now.
So if that's what you're looking for, Naomi TV is the place for you. You want animation with a little bit of attitude? I'm your girl. Just look around.
You see all the stuff that we have on the screen, movies, TV shows, sitcom, late night. You can't be bored over here. All right, so I got movies to make, talk shows to run my mouth on, and late night to make you laugh. I gotta go, but like I said, check out our YouTube library right now.
The JD asked a federal appeals court to throw out the seditious conspiracy convictions of a number of Proud Boys and Oath Keepers.
Your Honor, these accusations against the Patriots are frankly ridiculous. Let's just sweep it under the rug.
Order in the court.
Including founder Stuart Rhodes. They were convicted and sent to prison for their actions on January 6.
Stop the steal! Stop the steal! USA! USA!
The request was made in a filing signed by U.S. Attorney Janine. Pumpkin commuted the sentences of several of the group's leaders.
What do I need to do to get those group leaders away from their sentences? Do we need to sign a paper?
As part of his broad clemency from more than 1,500 defendants charged in the attack, this would go a step further, erasing the convictions.
We need to do more than just erase the convictions. It needs to look like it never happened.
It's part of the ongoing efforts to rewrite the history of the Capitol attack, during which his supporters tried to stop the transfer of power after his loss to Joe.
We are writing history. I mean rewriting, because the history only happens if I say so.
In Gaza, health officials say Israeli strikes killed at least 6 people today in separate attacks, including 2 children in Gaza City. An Israeli missile struck a police vehicle, setting it ablaze. Emergency workers say an officer is among the dead, as well as a 3-year-old boy. Israel's military has yet to comment on today's strikes. Health officials in Gaza say around 750 Palestinians have been killed.
Why, when there is always a war and innocent people getting hurt in the process?
This is never going to stop.
Israel says Hamas militants have killed at least 4 Israeli soldiers during that same period.
Over there, let's go! We're almost at cover, hang in there.
The leaders of Ukraine and Germany say they're working together on plans to develop drones and other defense systems as Kyiv seeks support for its ongoing war with Russia.
Push forward! Go, go, go!
Contact, 11 o'clock.
Get down!
Ukraine and Germany made the announcement during Ukraine's visit to Berlin earlier. Germany's leader said the cooperation is, as he put it, a very clear signal to Russia of Berlin's efforts to defend Ukraine. Germany also addressed the need for Europe to be involved in any peace process between Ukraine and Russia.
Europa muss sich auch in den Frieden zwischen der Ukraine und Russland einbringen.
The deal comes even as violence continues on the ground. Ukrainian officials say a Russian missile strike killed at least 5 civilians in the southeastern city of Dnipro. Ukraine's military published drone footage that it says shows strikes on Russian facilities in the eastern Donetsk region overnight.
In Massachusetts, Hampshire College is closing its doors this fall due to financial problems and declining enrollment.
The shutting of the small liberal arts school comes as other such colleges have closed or downsized in recent years for similar reasons.
The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette will be able to continue publishing after a nonprofit journalism group stepped in to buy the newspaper.
To the future of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
Cheers! We finally did it!
The Post-Gazette was due to shut down in May. Its closure would have made Pittsburgh one of the largest metropolitan areas without a major newspaper.
I think it would be a huge loss for local accountability.
Perhaps, but there are other ways to get the news.
We would just rely more on the TV news breaks.
And now it's time for my mum, the weather girl. Let's hope for some good weather today.
Hey everyone, it's me, Mimi, the weather girl, and I hope you guys are ready to go all the way around the world, starting in America, for the weather. In the U.S. The spring pattern is characterized by high volatility with a lingering polar vortex core keeping temperatures in check. The Southwest are experiencing earlier above normal temperatures, driving early air conditioning demand and increasing fire risks.
Look how clear the water is out there.
It's unbelievable, like a postcard. A lingering cold core keeps northern and central Canada colder than normal. Wetter conditions are expected in the eastern provinces. Elevated warmer conditions in Mexico with increasing moisture expected as El Niño develops, potentially leading to a sharp rise in tropical storm activity.
The water feels amazing.
Come on in, it's perfect.
In the northern part of South America, widespread above normal temperatures are expected, with some areas seeing moderate enhancement in rainfall probabilities. Record floods occurred in early 2026 in Brazil Faith. The region is generally experiencing warmer conditions with lingering flooding risks in the south. That all while Argentina faces drought and western Angola is experiencing extreme dry conditions.
So dry. Need water.
Warmer conditions are expected across much of the continent, driven by a low-pressure area over the Azores that is acting as a pump for warm air.
Oh, the sun is shining brightly on the streets of old Europe today.
In southwest Europe, a wetter signal is expected due to low-pressure zones bringing moisture from the Atlantic and Mediterranean, increasing risks of localized flooding.
In Southeast Asia, a monsoon is expected in some regions with high flooding risks persisting, particularly in southern.
In Africa have above normal rainfall with active flooding and landslides reported in Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia and Tanzania.
The water is rising too fast.
Help us! We are trapped!
That is all the weather that I have for you guys for this week. I will see you guys next week. And for now, I'm going back to my teddy bears, my dolls, my dogs. Doey doey.
Thank you, Mum, for doing the weather. I hope you have a safe trip and enjoy the good weather for right now.
This was all the news for this week. In the meantime, check out the Naomi Talk Show, Late Night Show. And don't forget about the Jay's Game Show.
This was all the morning news with Jay for this week. I'll see you all next week with a whole new morning news with Jay.
That's Jay from the morning news. Woo.
Hey Bill, hey Ann.
Hey Jay.
You need to stop talking about me, bad talking me. I'm a president.
Move out my way, Orange Pumpkin. I have real news to broadcast instead of throwing a temper tantrum because you don't get what you want. This news anchor was mean to me. I want him deported.
We can't. He is already in his own country.
This is not fair.
If you like the news in a form like this, then come and check me out on the neomitv channel on YouTube, and I will see you there with a lot more news. Click the link below. See you all soon.